Welcome to Here's What I Learned, the show made for the curious. Every day offers you the chance to learn something new in life and in business. And on this show, we'll ask the questions and explore the answers to running an online business as a coach or online service provider. I'm Jackie Hayes, a launch planning consultant that helps business owners like you ask the important questions that lead to launches they love. Each week, you'll hear lessons learned by myself and other online business owners, answers to your questions, and we'll just get plain old curious. If you love to learn, have a curious mind, and are always full of questions, then you'll want to stick around and take a listen. So put in those earbuds, get your morning mile started, and enjoy the episode. Welcome to another episode of Here's What I Learned. Today's episode is all about the 8 essential questions you need to ask when you plan a launch. Now, to keep everything real here, I'm going to just let you know that this is the second time that I have recorded this particular episode, because the first time I did it, I was under the false impression that I had 10 questions. When I went back to re-listen to the episode, I kept counting and it never equaled 10. And that's because I only have 8 essential questions, which is, I guess, better for everybody. So there you go. Keeping things real, that's who I am. But before we dive into that, I want to make sure that I invite you to my upcoming workshop called How to Create Launch Goals That Feel Good. If you're anything like me, you're really kind of tired of hearing so much about successful launches as 100K launches. And there's so many other ways for launches to be successful. It's all about finding a way to set goals that feel good for you. And this workshop is going to help you do that. It's on September 21st at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. And there's going to be links in the show notes. If you would like to join, you'll be able to save your spot. But on to today's episode. I drafted these 8 questions after reading an Instagram post from a coach. She said she had successfully launched her program with no launch plan. And I had to beg to differ. And I'm pretty sure that's not an appropriate way of saying that, but you know what I mean. The reason why is because if you can answer these 8 questions, you actually have a launch plan. It's simple, it's direct, it's bare bones, but it is a plan. And I know that she answered those questions before she started promoting her offer. So she had a plan in place. This all really goes back to not overcomplicating your launch and creating a plan that works for you, and if you have a team, for your team. So what are those questions? Well, number 1 is, what is your offer? What are you launching? Do you have a product, a service, a program, a course, etc.? What problem is it solving? And you can actually start talking about your offer, promoting it, once you have this particular answer. You can start doing behind the scenes. You can start doing some market research. And you didn't see me, but I'm doing, quote, market research on Instagram stories with polls, etc. Now, your second question number 2, is, who does my offer help? Who is your offer serving? Who do you want buying this offer? Yes, the more detailed you can be here, the better off you'll be, especially when it's time to start communicating your offer to the best fit people. Question number 3, how will I deliver my offer? Let's say you're going to be creating a subscription box. Will you be shipping those off yourself, or will you be working with a fulfillment center? If you have a course, are your teaching lessons going to be live on Zoom or pre-recorded and posted on a course platform? So how are you going to make your offer available for people to consume or use or buy? Question number 4, how much will I charge for my offer? If your offer is a free lead magnet, the answer is pretty easy because, by the way, you do actually launch your freebies as well, hopefully. But if you're charging something, you need to know how much it will cost your perfect people. And that probably means you're going to need to do some mindset work as well as some research to land on the price that feels good to you. Question number 5. How will my best fit people buy my offer? So this isn't how it's going to be delivered to them, but how they're going to purchase it. Are you sending invoices via a CRM tool like Honeybook or Dipsado? Are you using a sales cart like Thrivecart? Or are you just going to send out an invoice via Stripe? You need to know how it is that the money is going to be exchanged. Or in the case of a freebie, how are they going to exchange their email or whatever it is that you want in order to get your offer, your freebie? Question number 6. How will I tell my best fit people about my offer? And this is a big one because that is what everybody is thinking about when they think of launches. They're thinking of the marketing campaign. And if you haven't listened to the previous episode number 1 of this season, pause this episode and go listen to it. Because I define what I mean when I say launch. Now, in a nutshell, a launch is a lot more than just the marketing campaign. It starts with the moment you have the idea until you're evaluating the entire process of making it available. But back to this. How are you going to tell your best fit people about this offer? Are you going to be posting on social media? Are you going to be sending out emails? Are you going to be doing a networking event in person? What feels good to you? Where are your people? Where do you connect best with them? This may actually just be reaching out to all the people that you have worked with in the past and asking for referrals or letting them know about your new offer. Now, question number 7, when will my offer be available? Now, if it's an evergreen offer, when are you going to have it available to purchase or to download? So when's the start window on that time? Obviously, you're not going to need to worry about the timing of when the cart's going to close because it's an evergreen offer. But then what if you're doing a product or a service or a course that has a start and an end date, and there is a specific time period in which your cart is going to be open or your enrollment is open? What timeline is that? How long is it going to last? And when is it going to start? The actual date. And when is it going to end? The date for that. Now, as you think about this, I always like to remind people about the middle, this dreaded space in every launch. Anybody you talk to, they're going to tell you about this horrible, horrible period of time because you have early adopters and you have late adopters, which means that there's somewhere in your cart open, enrollment open, where you're going to have crickets. It's going to be silent. During that time, people who have not been early adopters are taking in all the information you are providing and making a decision about whether or not your offer is the right fit for them. So it's still an important time. We just don't see anything happening because people are in their homes thinking about this. But for us, it could turn into this huge anxiety spiral of nobody loves me, nobody loves my offer, I'm going to fail, all these other things. So when you try and decide how long you're going to make your offer available to purchase, cart open, enrollment open, you're going to want to consider how long you can hold capacity for that messy middle or that more silent middle. The last question, what do I need to make all of this happen? So all of the previous 7 questions, what do you need to make those things happen? This is really where the planning begins because you need to know what time and resources you need to make all of this happen. Do you need to adopt new tech? Do you need to bring on temporary business support? Do you need your family to take some responsibilities off your plate so you can focus more on this offer and launching it? Do you need to just not worry about how clean your house is for a particular period of time and go ahead and wear your leggings multiple days in a row? So you need to sit down and really be detailed about what it is that you need to make those first 7 questions a reality and how long it's going to take you. So the what do I need is not just resources like tech tools, it's also people support and it's also time. So make sure you get as detailed as you can on that because otherwise you're going to be partway through talking about your offer and realize, Oh, darn, I forgot I needed to have a shopping cart. Or, oh no, I decided to do this when we're going to be on a family vacation. So make sure you really spend a lot of time on this question number 8. What do I need to make this all happen? So that's the 8 questions you need to ask to create a launch plan. Do you think I missed anything? Was there a question you forgot about? Send me a DM on Instagram and tell me what you think. Now, don't forget to join me for the How to Create Launch Goals That Feel Good workshop on September 21st at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. I can't wait to see you there. Thank you for listening to another episode of Here's What I Learned. You can find the show notes and transcripts at jackiehayes.online/podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to leave a review and follow the show. Be sure to find me on Instagram at JackieHayes_OBM and let me know what you learned from this episode. Catch you next time on Here's What I Learned.